behind him. But that is in the past. We will now look to the present. Last set that we will be commentating in our block. Syrup and Zomba, and the crowd getting the waves from the players as they get ready to go in their losers quarterfinal match. Yes, I will be stealing that water from you, Humming. I need them. I'm sure that the people can hear it.
The team is just bringing more water and water, and she just didn't drink at all for the past 2 hours at this point. Meanwhile, Komona is just like sipping it.
I'm like, I would like to go out to the harbor and drink the whole thing.
We are so back. I do agree with the crowd.
We are
he
know.
Yeah, he know. Does he know? Yes, he knows. That's stupid as hell.
I love a two-sided sign.
Do it for Big J, yeah.
It is funny that here we are, losers quarterfinals on the West Coast, and we are about to watch basically a weekly from New York.
I love the crowd, to be honest.
This is an energized crowd right now.
Since last year, I've been expecting to come back to see the crowd of R.O.B, and I'm not displeased at all. You guys are the GOATs. GG's.
This has been one of the most active crowds throughout all of the games that we've seen throughout this weekend, right? It was lit during Rivals. It was lit during Melee. It is definitely lit right now. It has been a very spectacular weekend out here in Vancouver. I feel blessed to have been able to come out here.
Likewise, my friend. Likewise.
Yeah.
All right, as you say, last Steve in bracket, Zomba, waiting for this one to happen. And he seemed pretty in a good mood before it, so let's see how it goes.
Seemed confident. I mean, it was all but asking to play every single Steve. So we're going to get one more.
I heard Ness. I heard Ness.
I heard Alex afterwards.
I heard Alex afterwards? Okay.
So we will be getting the Steve coming out from Syrup. Whether or not that changes, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, though, that it will be sticking to the Steve. Again, historically, Syrup's main as of now. Other side of losers quarterfinals is getting kicked off right now. Zomba victorious against one Steve already. Now we'll look to take down another as Syrup is the next challenger to step up to the plate.
Yes, let's see how it goes. Going to SBF, so the normal distribution of materials this time around. We saw the game plan of Zomba earlier today against Onin / Pocket. So let's see if he wants to apply the same way, the same game plan, and if Syrup will adapt to it, because he knows exactly what to expect from him, right?
It definitely is attuned to the style, but
yes, he does.
We are seeing the combos come out. We saw that Pocket's combos, were very sparse, right? We didn't see them super consistently coming out to this tune. Syrup definitely on top of things.
Definitely 62% already on the second stock with Zomba. Yes, there are a few percent already on Syrup's side. He's a bit on the reddish side, but hey, no snipe with that laser.
It's an important thing to land against Steve, too. You really need to be able to shut down that movement from a long distance. And, of course, having a transcendent projectile that can, take out those blocks so easily can be really important.
Pretty tough. Again for Zomba. No diamond yet on the side of Syrup. Never mind. Happens.
Yeah, there's that minecart opening things up again as well. Zomba, you see, again, we talked about it earlier in the set against Pocket, but, they weren't able to deal super effectively with the gyro, right? It was shutting down a lot of the minecart. Obviously, the walls were getting taken out by it a lot, but right now, Syrup having no trouble dealing with that gyro right now. Zomba just not really finding the same connections that we saw in that first set.
I don't see the connection in this one at all on the side of Zomba here. Syrup are still on his first stock, 161%, going to dive finally for another upper. But the damage has been done already. I do not see how Zomba can make the comeback here. We have Diamond on the side of Syrup too.
Yeah, and that means that this game can just end even sooner than expected. 96 after that back air, and Syrup is going to continue to just build up those resources. And that's because we know you can't count out Zomba until that red screen pops, and there it does. Very dominant game one from Syrup.
Can we talk for a second about how this up smash kind of scoop you up from wherever you are on the stage?
Yeah, if you're in that minecart, you're all but getting sent to that top blast zone. There's really no chance to escape. Zomba, I mean, even though, didn't mash at all, tried to stay in there for as long as possible, eventually you do get ejected from the safety of that thing.
Yeah, and I think it even scoop you out from the minecart itself.
Does the first state scoop you out?
I think.
I believe it. I believe it. I could be convinced.
Are we going to Hollow Bastion? Seems like I do remember, like, recognize the music. So yeah, Hollow Bastion.
Hear Hollow Bastion music. Normally a very good Steam stage. I wouldn't be surprised if this is also just a music pick because Kingdom Hearts does have excellent music. But it will be Hollow Bastion here for game number 2. Again,
Zomba's the one who decided to go there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it strikes me as interesting because we have historically been seeing the Steam players take this for their own. This has been their preference.
Yeah. It's all right, let's see how this one goes. Are we going to shift anything, change anything on the game plan on side of Zomba? For now, we're still getting on the aggressiveness, and we remember those attempts to go for the downer right before. He did it again against Onin before. So, I could try to do it against Syrup. I do not think it would work.
Wow, perfectly timed air dodge where we get to play the minigame again.
And the upper afterwards.
Time.
And he will survive here.
I should not be trying to do Mario Party voices right now. that was uncomfortable. It hurt. Just like that down air is going to hurt for Syrup. Not able to space that recovery right to the ledge. So Zomba only 15% taken on that first stock.
Game is not going back and forth at all. It seems like it's just a question of momentum from the get-go. Okay, another one.
Nice, yeah, definitely big-time juggles. I do want to point out that Zomba's spacing with these up airs has consistently been extremely good. We've seen especially being mindful of the anvil before. I love the idea.
Yeah, I love the idea. He could just go for it again. He's pretty in the lead. Only 31% on his first stock. Syrup didn't manage to connect a single hit for at least the last minute.
And Zomba also making really good use of the blocks where they are as to be able to charge up the gyro, get it, up air. Not going to connect, and again, being mindful of that anvil. Perfectly timed air dodge there from Syrup. Able to maneuver around it, but how deft can you remain? Zomba DIing away from the block. He knows that that is what can be his demise.
Yeah, he does manage to avoid everything that Syrup was trying to send in his face this time around. Seems like the combos aren't there for Syrup.
We definitely saw them dealing a ton of damage.
Yeah.
We went out of our way to point it out in that game 1, but definitely on game 2 here. It means something about Hollow Bastion only having the one platform, making it a little bit harder.
Exactly, as he tries to go for those combos, he's just kind of depleting his own materials. Look at that, 168% on his second stock, only 1 iron left, nothing left. He's going there barehanded, no diamond even for his next stock.
Zomba rolling in, maybe expecting something offensive like a dash attack to come out from Syrup, but we see no such thing. Double snipe with the gyro. Saw it seem pretty bleak for Zomba in the game 1. Now the tables have turned.
Completely turned indeed, just like that side B here. Where are you going, my friend? Up air in the face, and no materials left again for Syrup. Down throw into up tilt, into up air. Is it going to be enough? Yes, but DI 50-50, you missed it, unfortunately. 3 stock for Zomba after a very impressive first game for Syrup.
Syrup saw a way to go to the next game without having to just simply jump off the stage and
I can actually
throw away the
DI it wrong.
I think that was definitely, I'm gonna DI up, maybe in.
Yeah, go next. FF, go next.
And honestly, I don't blame him. Again, I mean, I wouldn't have blamed Zomba if that's how that game 1 went. Don't blame Syrup if that's how game 2 ends. Both players have had a dominant showing in one of the games, so game 3, I think, is the place where things can really turn around, where these games might start getting real close.
Yeah, let's see. For now, PS2 again. So another distribution of materials, a lot of stone, and a lot of iron. No, sorry, not a lot of iron, just a lot of stone.
Lots of stone, which, again, the stone material set does have more iron in it, sort of on average than, say, for example, Void or the default. But again, I think the big thing is that your structures are going to be a lot more sturdy on the stone transformation.
They're going to deplete your materials way more.
However, I will also say that against R.O.B, that doesn't really matter as much because the Nair just so quickly takes out materials.
Exactly.
And I think that does generally, unless it's stalled, break the threshold of the stone health.
I do agree. We shall see now. For now, slight lead for Syrup. Seems like we are going to have the pattern of the first game this time around. Come on up.
Yeah, definitely a big early Syrup lead. We talked about it when Zomba was playing against Pocket as well, but the character that gets the lead here is in a big advantage, and Syrup is definitely going to be playing with a big lead right here, connecting that back air.
Yeah, that's a good lead indeed. The gyro will be enough to try to extend the combo here. The down air will not connect this time around, unfortunately. Syrup will survive a bit more. Okay.
Excellent idea right there.
Throw, up tilt, and upper. There we go. Good DI.
Syrup does know how to DI it.
Exactly, finally.
How
do you DI this one? That's the trick, you don't.
I think you don't. I think if Zomba connects that back air, the hashtag PG stats go next.
So in the end, he didn't take a single damage in the second stock up to now, obviously. So the game is pretty even between these two.
Well,
please.
so you say.
Yeah, Syrup, please. At least give me 2 minutes, 2 seconds to be right.
I like the little structure built right there. You leave that open center gap, but nowhere for the gyro to actually follow with the second tier block behind it. It's right back to mining for Syrup. Definitely wants to have diamonds available for that final stock.
Yeah. Oh, we are already using the iron for the walls here. Seems like we do not have enough time to mine on the side of Syrup, so could be a good opportunity maybe to Zomba to try to even things out.
Ooh, stuck on the platform because of the awkward placing of that block.
Maybe he was actually using the platform to go for the nairs, because he did manage to connect that hunting afterwards here. Okay.
Ooh, Trip didn't recognize it in time, did turn it around. Powered minecart going to get out of that back air, which could have easily been Zomba taking the lead. Instead, Syrup, once again, playing with a solid lead as we saw in that first stock.
Double hit with the minecart, which just bring Zomba already on the 14 threshold on his last stock here.
Zomba finding his way back down onto center stage, though. His movement is so crispy clean with these B turnarounds.
Oh, indeed. It's going to be enough, that's a question. Good tank on the fair here. Yo, okay, Syrup, I see you. Knowing exactly what to expect from Zomba, going to punish it with his own smash. Will not be enough, but the damage has been done, and the message has been sent.
Which is, Syrup is in control once again. Maybe it's an odd game, even game sort of thing, but it is definitely Syrup in control of the set right now. Looks like we might be seeing a little bit more Steve for a little while longer because Zomba being put down onto set point at the moment.
Yes, indeed. And he was waiting for this match, so maybe all the Steves do not work the same way.
There is definitely a difference in the approach. It's one of those characters like Game & Watch where it's kind of hard to tell just because the animations aren't as expressive and the movement, you know, isn't as, you know, you don't have like the air drift of a warrior, for example, or the ground speed of a Captain Falcon to work with and really change that up. But there is definitely a big difference in playstyles, and Syrup, man, is just so tricky to catch. I feel like he's one of the most mobile Steves out there.
Definitely, at this point, I do have to agree with you on this one. 2-1 for Syrup. You're going to be moving on Smashville, so how do you manage to catch a very elusive Steve? You give him less opportunity to move around.
You make a smaller stage,
Exactly.
This is the easy mode.
Okay.
Which is what you want to do. You want to make the game as easy as possible. That's why people pick Steve.
Bring more chances on your side. Exactly.
If you pick Steve, you are making the game easier. You know, I think this might be a good time to bring up my theory.
No. Come on, did you wait to the end of our block to just go for your theory now?
I realized I never brought it up before, but regardless, not relevant at the moment, unless Syrup starts doing some crazy stuff with Steve. Zomba not able to connect the back air. No, nor the Nair either, a little bit too slow on the startup. Aegis Reflector not going to lead to a stock either. Syrup really looking out, but again, small stage size finally working out for Zomba there.
Yeah, good catch here with the down smash. Did even manage to charge it a bit, so that stock was gone for sure. Already chipping on the last stock. Ooh, that's going to be a smash he's going to punish, right? He wanted to go for that laser. Yeah, he had to let it rip.
I'm seeing so far off stage. I'm not sure what Syrup is setting up for to get hit by that, but does set up the big F smash. Does turn that Zomba stock into nothing. Bringing these two to 2 stocks apiece, and it is right back to mining time, baby.
Right back to mining time indeed, but hey, there's only wood waiting for him, and some iron, yes, sure, but that diamond is still not there at all for Syrup. Okay, nice up smash. No, okay, just going for the class C up into a last fair. And now back here. Okay, trying to catch a flying R.O.B. Okay, I get you.
I like that Zomba is keeping himself basically in a place where he can react to, hey, if Syrup builds any blocks right there, try to approach, and you just, you know, push that up, be a little bit higher, get away from him, and then keeping yourself in range to attack back.
Guys, everything is bouncing left and right. Please, I'm 32. I can't understand what's happening right now.
Dude, these two ages put together might still be younger.
Tom, please. Shut up.
Any other opinions on this match, Unk?
Up smash, yeah.
Yeah, definitely going to be enough to do it. Even though Smashville does have a slightly taller ceiling than sort of the average on a lot of these stages.
Yeah, he has time to charge it this time around anyway,
yeah.
So yeah. He got the diamond for next stock, so right now it's just like 3 for him to just ramp up 1%. He will not be able to keep his recovery, but hey, that's still a lot of... That's even a stock! No way! Wow. Okay, we are still surviving. Hey, the damage has been done already, 57%, and a very big hit on the mental here, I think.
Definitely going to be a little bit tilting to
You're
get hit by
shaking
that.
a bit.
And if Zomba doesn't have time to sort of recover from that mentally, that's really tough because he is such a vibes-based player, right?
Oh,
You
yes,
need to
he
have
is.
good vibes to succeed with Zomba. Oh my gosh. Not enough.
Not enough indeed, but you know what? The second smash will be enough. Just bring Zomba onto the threshold of 120%.
Okay, good by Syrup. Delaying any recoveries right there.
Delaying everything at this point, just taking his time to the point where he will have to go down in the minecart.
That will be enough to do it. Forward air connects, and Zomba will be sent out of the tournament with a 5th place finish. And meanwhile, Syrup is going to move along, keeping that Steve dream alive in the bracket. Looking solid as ever.
Another American down. So
Yeah, another American down.
it's going to be a very international, finals we are going to have here.
We look at who's left in the bracket. You have Mexico, you have France, you have Canada, you have the United States.
Exactly.
You have no Japan in the top 4. We didn't even mention that after Aquila got knocked out, but despite the overwhelming representation in top 24, the last 4 players left in the bracket, all of them not from
All from the Western
Japan.
continent. Yeah, exactly. Western continents. And what's interesting though is that Syrup is going to be represented here for the Steves. Let's see how he can do against. I think it's going to be Ouch indeed. So Ouch moved from one Steve to another.
Going to be fighting against somebody from a little bit closer to home, but do you see how he got there with that 3-1 over Zomba? Definitely took the life out of somebody who, again, we did see in that interview earlier, was coming into this set ready to swing, and by the end of it was ready to go home.
Yeah, ready to go home indeed. Let's now see what we're going to have. Do we have I think we're going to wait a bit more to have the bracket in order to fall now. I think it's the end of our block, isn't it? Come on now.
Yes, that was the last set for us to commentate, and it has been a pleasure to be with you.